Captain Marvel star Brie Larson clarifies comments about more inclusion. Welcome to round 2 of the Marvel Apology Tour. At least it seems like that. As I recall, I made a video about this not too long ago where it seems like she got a little bit of a talking to and then she went right back out doing the SJW, sort of man-hating stuff. And I know it's not all in her. It's mostly not what she's saying. A lot of this is how the movie's marketed, highlighting her and the hero stuff. Let's show these boys how it's done. A lot of that stuff came right out of the marketing for this movie. We're just going along with what you're giving us, okay? Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random42, your favorite YouTube harpy and Captain Marvel news. Many people are excited about the next installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with Brie Larson's big debut coming up in Captain Marvel. Well, almost everyone is excited. There are a few cranky people on the internet who get paid to be cranky on the internet through YouTube revenue or Patreon accounts funded by other cranky people on the internet, and they are happy about this movie. Is that a shot? I mean, I guess that wouldn't be a shot at me, because I genuinely like picking apart how things are said. And I would do that whether I have monetization or not on videos. And don't you get paid for writing this article? Who wrote this article? J.K. Schmidt, didn't you get paid for writing this article? Huh. Maybe you should do your job for free before you start criticizing what other people do. Because this is a direct shot, again, at the people who are paying to see this movie. So shove it. Seriously. Take your little comment and shove it. It all boils down to Larson making comments about the press tour for Captain Marvel being more inclusive. As she told Marie Claire, basically she wanted critics and journalists to come from more diverse backgrounds, hoping to speak to more disabled writers, women of color, and other people who don't get as many opportunities. Yeah, parading them out like pets. Like token little puppies to be pitied, right? That's what it feels like to me. I want to go out of my way to connect the dots, Larson said. It just took me using the power that I've been given now as Captain Marvel. The role comes with all these privileges and powers that make me feel uncomfortable because I don't really need them. It's all a byproduct of the profession and a sign of the times. But any uncomfortableness I feel is balanced by knowledge that it gives me the ability to advocate for myself and for others. Of course, these cranky people on the internet jump to conclusions thanks to some misleading and clickbaity headlines. Who the fuck's fault is that? Seriously, whose fault is that? That is the article's fault. That is the marketing of this movie. In every trailer, they say it's time for a hero. H-E-R, her. Oh, let's show these boys how it's... are you marketing? Is that even in this trailer? Let me see if that's in this trailer. Oh, it's a kitty. It's the one with the kitty. It's the one with the kitty. Oh my god, there's that one with the kitty. Okay, where's the one where it says her? They took it out of this one. They took it out of this one conveniently. But for most of these, they say, oh, we need a hero, but it's her. It's not us. You guys are marketing this movie this way, okay? We're not making this shit up. Of course, cranky people on the internet jump to conclusions, thanks to misleading and clickbaity headlines, and assume Larson was attacking straight men for their coverage of her movie. You can search YouTube for the videos. You won't find any shortage of people being mad online, TM. Or you can check Brie Larson's interview with Fox 5 in DC, where she was asked to clarify these comments. Actually, sure, let's do that. I actually did watch this. I did watch this. Let's watch a little of this. Do I have my sound on? Let's watch a little bit of this. We can listen to it.
The Blockbuster scene was so fun for me to watch.
I
used to ride my bike to Blockbuster every day and rent like Terminator 2. Remember, I'll never forget that. I was curious what your experience was with Blockbuster growing up. Did you go up there? Did you have movies that you rented over and over?
Totally. I mean, my earliest memories from Blockbuster are so young. It was like
I grew up in the 80s. Only rich people had VCRs.
I wore out the VHS. Like you have
in
to
the
do the thing
80s
where
anyway.
press,
You had to
like,
rent one.
rewind or like the forward at the same time as the play to try to get the lines to not show up.
The tracking, no. There was a tracking button you'd adjust up and down to get the lines to.
On the VHS anymore? Yeah. So those are some of my earliest memories.
So
is
she's
like
not a techno
the
person.
awe of being in that place, and also like the anxiety of trying to pick out what your rental.
Like, oh my God, can you not answer the end of every sentence to go up like you're asking a question? Oh my God.
Knowing if it's going to be there.
Yeah.
I would wait at the drop box and you know what I mean?
Showing up and being like, and seeing the row of them and there's no other VHS behind it. Yeah.
So I was doing some research and I'm a comic book movie fan, but I would not consider myself a diehard comic reader.
Mm-hmm. You are the perfect person for all of these movies. You are the comic book movie fan. You're the person that doesn't care. You're kind of like me. I'm the person who goes to the movies, to the theater. So, and full disclosure, I'm not the hardcore comic book fan. Like, I collected, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. I collected Archie. The superhero stuff wasn't really my genre, but this is just what happens to be the movies that are out now.
This was fascinating to me, and I'm sure that you're aware of this as well, but Zach Levi is starring in Shazam, and that character is called Captain Marvel originally in the comics for that. And I was just curious the coincidence of these two.
How long is this? I don't want to react to this whole thing.
I know they're completely different characters, but do you know, Zach? Have you talked to him about this crazy coincidence of these characters having?
It's not a coincidence. It was a legal issue. Oh my God! And thank you for subscribing. It's not a coincidence. Even I know this. It was back in one of those days where I believe DC had the character Captain Marvel, and Marvel Comics is like, oh shit, that's the name of our brand. We need a Captain Marvel too, and it was some sort of legal thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that there was like an actual reason behind this. Why he didn't research that before asking her question? Oh God, I full disclosure, I just kind of skimmed through this article. Thank you so much for subscribing, Sailor Sunshine.
No. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea why studios decide to do what they do when they come out. But I've known Zach for a couple of years, I guess.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know that there was actual.
Okay. Now, there's a
history behind it.
What I love about you is you had a great story happen recently about inclusivity and diversity in press. And I'm a white male, and I commended you completely on that. But
Thanks.
most
people...
people...
but you're kind of a woman, though. To be honest, you're kind of one of those. You I would probably lump in with, I don't know him personally, but I would probably take one look at what he said and what he did with, oh, did you know that there was a coincidence about Shazam and Captain Marvel? I'd probably lump him in with all the other people who just out there yelling at me, you're just a hater, yeah, you guys are all in this little SJW clump of people, so that's probably where I would throw this guy in.
When that article dropped, it was headlines that were completely taking you out of context. Like she wants no white men at...
No. We weren't taking her out of context. We were pointing out the hypocrisy. We weren't taking her out of context. We were saying she's not, at least I was saying she's not quite smart enough to know what she's saying. She's not quite smart enough to realize she's going to piss off a lot of people with saying, oh yeah, we want more people of disabled people of color and this. Because she doesn't think that far ahead. She doesn't think that, oh, maybe by that, if I say this, I'm going to piss off people who think, oh yeah, I don't want these white men to have a job. My problem with it, my biggest problem with it is that she doesn't think like 2 steps ahead. She's one of these little programmed SJW bots, that basically go around saying diversity, inclusion, and they don't think a couple of steps beyond to what that actually means, what that actually entails. How would you go about doing it? This is why we call her a social justice warrior instead of a social justice advocate. A social justice warrior recites all the little buzzwords for their little clicks on social media, for their little brownie points in their little clubs, while social justice advocates say, we need some more inclusion and diversity in our writing team. How do we encourage women to want to apply for these positions? They think more long-term. You just think buzzword, how can I get the click and the like? That is the biggest thing I've been picking at her, or picking out at what she said about. And on top of that, the marketing for this movie has been very much, let's show these boys how it's done. We need a hero. Her future is female. It's a combination of the two things, okay? So to sum up, she's not smart enough to know exactly what she's saying or the magnitude of it. She's doing it for the little likes. She's in this little SJW bubble of people who don't quite think a couple of steps beyond what they're saying and don't actually figure out how to fix it. They just want to bitch and get the likes for brownie points. And the marketing for this movie has been absolutely terrible. So
like press jumping, which is not what you were saying. And people need to read the articles to actually find out the context of
That's
what
what I've been saying. You have to read the articles. And we have been, and I've been picking out everything that's wrong with them.
For audiences who only do read headlines, can you clarify what you were saying? 'Cause I think
maybe don't make
awesome
audiences
what
that
you're
only
doing,
read
and I hope that
headlines.
more
Maybe people
actors
need to
do
just
it.
be smarter.
I
We need to
mean,
evolve
it's
a
hard
little
for me
bit
to
more.
comment on that because I don't know what the headlines were or what was said or what I said or what people think that I said. All that I know is like, what I'm looking for is to bring more seats up to the table.
Yep.
No one's getting their chair taken away.
Why are you shaking your head
There's not
no?
less seats at the table. There's just more seats at the table.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that.
Okay, she's body language 101. She's shaking her head no violently, like, no, this is not what I mean at all. I got in trouble for saying this. No. I didn't want to bash white men. She's shaking her head no way too much.
You're doing that, and please, I hope every actor sees what you're doing and does it more because we need more.
And she's not a good
diversity.
enough
Thank
actress
you.
to hide
I
that.
appreciate that.
Completely agree
Thank
with
you.
Now, the special effects in this movie are incredible. The
I don't care about
de-aging of
special
Samuel
effects.
Jackson.
So that's that interview. And we go on, and it goes on to say more about that. My biggest problem with this movie is what the media is doing. And I keep saying the movie's probably going to be fine. It's probably going to be a 6 out of 10. I'm probably going to enjoy it because of the cat. Because really, that's all I'm looking for is something fun, something cute, something entertaining. Because I don't have a really high bar for a lot of these Marvel movies. Because a lot of the time they're popcorn movies, unless they're like an event, like an Avengers movie. My biggest problem is when you get shit like this. Where, YouTube revenue or Patreon accounts funded by other cranky people on the internet. We're tired of you assholes taking shots at us. I'm serious. I am so sick to death of this shit. Are you guys sick of this too? We know what she's saying. We know exactly what her little brainwashed feminist agenda is. She got in trouble for saying it. She's trying to backtrack. We know what she said. We know how she's saying it. And we also know what her actual agenda is. That one comment, yes, she was saying she wanted more people at the table. She wanted to bring more people in. And there's a whole huge interview where she's like, and no, I don't hate white dudes. No, I don't hate white dudes. But she kept, the way her body language is doesn't say that much to me. It is a clusterfuck of an agenda-driven press nightmare here. They are trying to villainize the fans any way they can. They know that we're getting the clicks that they should be getting for their articles, and they're mad about it. And I think that's all it is. I think that's all that is. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am Mecha42. I am about 2 minutes away from watching Star Trek Discovery, so come over if you end up watching that. Watch that one live with me, but this will be posted way after that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!